Welcome back to C Morning Show. It's time for our business talk segment, especially personal finance. And today we have certified financial planner with us, Lolita Satyawati, to talk about strategies to reward yourself without hurting your finance. This is important. So what should we do if we talked about self-reward without hurting our financial goals?
Okay, first thing first, we need to set our personal standard of achievement that deserve self-reward.
That's important.
Yes.
For example, what?
Not all self-reward needs, you have to keep it on the standard, so not all achievement needs self-reward. Maybe Alin also know the principle of the law of diminishing return?
Yes.
Yes. If the more a person buys something, then the less value that you get.
The less joy we enjoy.
Yeah, for example, if we eat food,
Yes.
the first serving of the food that we eat, maybe it will taste like sensational, you know. But after you finish 2 servings or 3 servings, then you will less enjoyment that you have, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So sometimes less is more.
Yeah, I believe so.
Too much reward will kill the excitement.
Indeed.
Yes. So that's the first thing you do. Set the personal standard of achievement that deserve the self-reward itself. Yes, that's the first thing. And then after that, you need to set the budget. Yeah, set the personal budget. So in every month that you do your budgeting, you can set for wants or playing, right? Approximately maybe between 10 to 20%.
Yes.
So self-reward will include in it, maybe 5 to 10%.
All right.
Yeah, so you will have to keep one sinking fund for that.
Okay, one sinking fund for that. And then?
And then after that, each month you put this 5% into your sinking fund. And each time you get this personal standard of achievement, then you can buy self-reward using this money in your sinking fund.
Interesting. So set a standard, what deserves a self-reward.
Yes.
And then set aside the fund.
Right.
Sinking fund,
In
right?
a sinking fund.
Yes, all right. And we have discussed this, so we want to set a good system, right? To allocate the self-reward.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
And what if something that we want is out of our ordinary budget?
Well, if that happens, then perhaps you need to have another kind of investment. This should be one thing that you already think about in the long term.
Yes.
Because when self-reward needs a lot of money, then you will have to allocate more than only 5 to 10%.
Yes.
So you need to prepare it for a long term, right?
Yes.
Maybe for 6 or 12 months. For example, if you buy new gadget, you want to give self-reward like new gadget for yourself next year, so you need to keep this sinking fund for a year.
Yes. The anticipation, the longer it takes, the more exciting it is, I bet.
The more enjoyment that you get when you buy that stuff, right?
Yes.
But actually, self-reward doesn't need expensive stuff. So sometimes you can give yourself self-reward by doing like small stuff like me time. Yes, women can do me time at home, maybe home spa, or just sleep over, or maybe bathrobbing, or binge watching, or just order food that you love, something like that.
It doesn't have to cost a lot of money.
Right, or maybe you can go out with your old friends, or maybe just walk in the park, or have a picnic, do exercise, walking, running, and something like that.
Okay, so some people have like very specific self-rewards because they are specific to what they like, right?
Yes,
some might go to concerts, others go traveling, right? And so what can we do so we have still this self-control and not, to hurt our finance once again?
You need to give prioritizing. So some people have different enjoyment, right? Like myself, I like spending time with my family, maybe do staycation, sometimes watching concert. So I prefer experience than goods.
Material
and stuff.
things.
Yes, correct. But some people, other people, maybe they prefer stuff, goods, yeah, something like gadget or something like that. So when, for example, myself, I like experience, so I will give this list of priority. The first priority may be with spending time with family, have a vacation or staycation, and then going to concert, and then the stuff that I need, something like that. So we need to do the priority list for ourselves and our family, of course, because what happened to ourselves is happening to the family, right? It will affect the family. So we will have this priority list, not only for personal, but also for the family.
Yes.
First thing first that we should do. And then the second one is that I think that we need to do this golden rule that I always do for myself.
What
you know,
is the golden rule?
So I always do this. Make sure that this month I can invest this amount of money.
Is it percentage based?
No, actually. So it's only depends on my income.
Oh.
Yeah. For example, this month I get income about 10 million.
Yes.
Then 20% of it I will invest.
Yes.
So it will be 2 million, right?
Right.
2 million, I will invest it in one investment instrument.
Yes.
And then the other 2 million, I will put it in my seeking fund for self-reward.
Oh.
So if only I can invest this much, then I can buy this much for self-reward.
Ah, that's your golden rule.
Yes, that's my golden rule. So if we do this, then we giving self-reward for ourselves in this present, but also in the future, right?
Ah.
So we have this balance between now and then.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, because ourselves in the future also need self-rewarding, right?
Yes, and that's the best gift we can prepare for ourselves,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Our future self.
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
very interesting. So what are the common mistakes made when people take their self-reward?
Usually they will self-rewarding, overspending self-rewarding for themselves.
Too much self-reward.
So maybe they don't have sinking fund, and then they will take personal loan, online loan, or maybe like
Pay
later, yeah, something like that, pay later, or online loan and something like that. So they will have to pay it next month.
Yes.
Yeah, they will collect debt.
Yes.
That's why it will hurt your financial
So
condition.
big no pay later for self-reward.
Self-reward is something like fun thing to do, right? It's like wants or not needs.
Yes.
If it's for needs, then it's okay. If it's for needs or it is emergency, then you can take loan. But if it's for joy or fun, then I think you have to restrain from taking loan.
Yes, I agree.
Or you will hurt yourself in the future.
That's right.
Yes, it's not self-rewarding for us in the future, right?
So you mentioned that we should set certain standard when we are allowed to have the self-reward. So for different kind of self-reward, for example, the simple one that doesn't cost a lot of money, and then it's harmless to have it often, right?
Right.
But for a big box or big spending for self-reward, what is your suggestion, like as in the frequency, how often or how many times in a year we can have this kind of self-reward that absorbed most of our sinking fund, even though we have prepared it?
Actually, there's no limit for that.
Yes.
Yes, depends on ourselves. We already have our budget for a year long, right?
That's right.
Yes. Supposedly that you have this yearly budget that you have, then perhaps about 20 to 30% of this yearly budget, you can spend it for self-reward.
Okay.
Yes. So we also have to have this yearly budget and monthly budget. If you have these goals to have self-reward, maybe twice a year, then you have to put it in your yearly budget. Maybe you can get it from your bonuses or maybe THR.
Yes.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be coming from your yearly income.
I see. It can be like from irregular income.
From monthly income, yeah.
Yes, yes. So the other one, so self-reward, we have it when we have unlocked certain achievement, but there's also another side of it, healing, right? Nowadays, when we feel like burnout, exhaustion, we feel like we need to have this
self-healing
time. What are your suggestions for healing time? Do we also need to prepare some budget for it?
Yes, sure, we need to do that. Actually, for self-healing, you should have this planning also. For example, if you are an employee, then you work in this finance department, so every year you have to do this financial report, right?
Yes.
Usually due on April or May. Then after that, you can plan for self-healing. So yearly self-healing, something like that. Or if you already have children, like yourself, right? So you will wait until your children have this holiday, like in July, August, or in the end of the year. So you will have self-healing budget every this holiday, like in the middle of year and the end of the year. So twice a year.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And for me, I think that it will be better if we have this investment that is for self-reward only.
What instrument that might be suitable for short-term needs?
Yes, for me it will be like mutual fund, money market mutual fund.
Yes.
Because it's liquid enough, but not too easy to withdraw.
That's right, you cannot see it,
right?
But it's there.
You will need about maybe 2 or 7 working days to withdraw it. So it will give you time to rethink about spending it for self-rewards.
Is it advisable though, like buying golds for this kind of goal or purpose?
For gold, okay. Gold is actually for mid-term to long-term goals.
Yes.
It is for self-rewarding or for self-healing that you do yearly. I'm not sure it's suitable if you invest it in gold. Yes, because gold price usually fluctuating.
Yes.
In a year, maybe it will go down and up. I'm afraid that if you buy it when the price is going up, then when you sell it, the price is, we cannot assume that it will go up every time, right? So for gold, it's suitable for mid-term and long-term only.
Okay, thank you very much, Lolita Setiawati, for coming to our studio and sharing your insights on how we can have self-reward in a healthy way, right? Not too often, and prepare the budget first.
Yes, keep the enjoyment.
Fund. Yes, that's right. Now we are set for a break. When we'll return, we'll bring you the updates from around the world. Our world headlines coming up next.